Hi, my name is Hanna Rudik and I am a curator of Islamic art in the Khanenko Museum in Kiev, Ukraine. It is my greatest honor and pleasure to be a part of the 4th International Congress on Uzbekistan Cultural Heritage. The Bogdan and Varvara Khanenko National Museum of Arts, or shortly the Khanenko Museum, holds the richest collection of world art in Ukraine. Art created in the territory of present-day Uzbekistan makes up a very valuable part of the museum holdings. The museum was founded by Bogdan and Varvara Khanenkos, the great Ukrainian art collectors and patrons of culture. Their truly vast and encyclopedic collection included art from the ancient world, Europe, Asia, as well as archaeological artifacts. The Khanenkos decided to donate their rich collection to Ukrainian people, and in 1919 a public art museum was opened in their beautiful mansion in the center of Kiev. During the Soviet period, the museum was known as Kiev State Museum of Western and Oriental Art, and it was ranked the third key world art museum in the former USSR. Since 1999, the museum has been called the Khanenko Museum, and in 2011 it was granted the status of a national museum. The Khanenko Museum holds the most important collection of Islamic art in Ukraine. Its oldest and largest section is presented by the ceramic art of the pre-Mongol Samarkand, particularly by the Samanid pottery from the 9th to 11th century. The museum collection includes about 200 of unbroken or restored pieces of the Samanid pottery found during excavations at the beginning of the 20th century in Afrasiyab, the pre-Mongol site of Samarkand. That was the time when the region was leader in terms of economic, scientific and technological development on the whole Islamic East. And that was also the period of the heyday of the arts, especially the art of ceramic. Our ceramic collection includes most types of pottery products and all the key decorative styles of the celebrated tradition. Unglazed jars and ewers made of light gray clay with the delicate stamped ornaments. Glazed pottery decorated with a 3-color stained deca that arrived to the Central Asia from the Far East. The minimalist painting in black upon bright white slip, sometimes with the addition of brownish red or olive colors. Painting in multicolored clays upon red backgrounds, and many other distinctive and elaborated ornaments. The favorite motifs of this tradition included various kinds of braids, laces, ribbons, stylized floral and zoomorphic elements, and of course inscriptions that were often imitations of the Arabic calligraphy. The provenance of this valuable collection is connected with the name of Mikhail Stolarov, a Russian painter and art collector who worked and lived in Samarkand at the beginning of the 20th century. The former collection of Stolarov, including 2,000 items, including shirts, was transferred to the Khanenko Museum in 1921. Other part of this collection was probably purchased by Bogdan Khanenko in 1912 for another Kiev museum. In general, the provenance of this collection is still awaiting its thorough study. Another significant part of the Central Asian collection is a group of glazed fruit-fare pieces dating to the 15th century, the Timurid era. The group contains about 4 dozens of items, mainly bowls of a deep hemispherical shape, painted in black, blue and turquoise under a transparent glaze. The shapes, the color palette, and the motifs of lotuses and clouds reveal active intercultural relations of the region with Yuan China. The art of Shaybanid period in the history of Central Asia is presented by fragments of painted and mosaic architectural decor of the famous Bukhara buildings of the 16th century like Miri Arab Madrasa and Abdul Khan Mausoleum. These fragments, together with a few dozens of painted pottery pieces dating to 19th and 20th century, were brought to Kiev in early 1930s by a museum curator, Maria Vyazmitina, from her expeditions to Central Asia. The Khanenko Museum keeps and displays some metalware from the territory of modern Uzbekistan. Large and heavy four-spouted cast iron oil lamp is tentatively dated to the 15th century. There is also a collection of 14 copperware items dating to the 19th century from Bukhara and possibly some other production sites. Mostly teapots of elegant shape, decorated with carved and engraved ornaments, these pieces were traditional attributes of everyday life practice and home interiors of wealthy citizens of Bukhara and other Central Asian oases. Textile holdings of the Khanenko Museum feature 10 magnificent souvenirs representing Samarkand and Tashkent traditions of exquisite needlework. The Tashkent palak, embroidered in deep crimson, naturally dyed silk on cotton mata fabric, and a Samarkand souvenir of a highest quality yellow silk, both pieces dating back to the second half of the 19th century, are key rarities of the group. In 2011, the museum's souvenir collection was a part of a temporary exhibition project, Souvenir, an Amulet of Life, organized by the Khanenko Museum, and in 2018, the items were a part of Novruz festivities organized in the museum. An Uzbek traditional mursak female robe made of semi-silk fabric patterned in traditional arbor dyeing technique is one of the recent donations to the museum collection. The item was attributed to Bukhara workshops dating to the early 20th century. The textile holdings also feature a few dozens of small products of Uzbek weaving and embroidery, like ribbons, purses, napkins, and skull caps, all dating back to early 20th century. An important and peculiar story in the history of traditional textile art of Uzbekistan is told by the museum collection of finely curved wooden stamps for hand printing on cotton and silk, the art of chingarlik. The items also possibly date to the late 19th, first quarter of the 20th century, as far as they were brought to Kiev by Maria Vyazmitina from her expeditions of 1930s. This was the brief overview of the best Ukrainian collection of the traditional arts created on the lands of Uzbekistan. The Khanenko Museum in Kiev is happy to present the cultural heritage of Uzbekistan in Ukraine, and we are looking forward to cooperating in this area. Thank you.